gotcha.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are playing a new obby and it's called Escape the Spaceship Obby. Today I'm playing with two of my friends and I am excited to play this obby, so let's just get into it. I am having to do voiceover because I was unable to record audio. So the first one is having to get through these lasers, which was pretty tricky. I also am doing a death count, and that is number 1. I am just waiting for my friends to follow behind me. So the next one is having to jump over another laser, but it's moving on this little scale thing. So now I'm going to go through this portal, which didn't work the first time, so I had to do it twice. Right now we have to jump on these lookages because the bottom is toxic. This was pretty easy, so it was no problem for this. So these move, which is a little tricky, so you have to make sure that you jump right onto the other object that you need to just to get past this level. And now we are going to just wait for my friend. So these are worms that we have to go past. Which I thought I was gonna die, but I didn't. These are pretty easy. I really liked the purple flower. So I'm not sure what these are, but I'm gonna call them sea urchins just because they look like it off of the one game I used to play. And I managed to die, which is now up to number 2. I wasn't sure what these are, but it was quite easy to get past. So now we're just going to go through this portal again to get to the next section. Just making sure all of my friends are with me. So we were told we were not allowed to swim in this water because you'll die instantly, as my friend just did. This was a little tricky, but it wasn't too bad. And I went swimming, so death count is up to 3. What made it tricky was this cylinder moved. Which made it a little harder, and I went swimming again, so let's make that to death count number 4 now. I was confused on where I needed to go. I thought I was going the wrong way, so I just needed to double check with everybody. So we weren't sure how we were supposed to maneuver between this one. Looking back at it now, noticed that there was a ledge up there that we needed to go on, but didn't. Until right now, when I noticed it, it was like, you guys need to go here on this ledge, and we managed to get past it. But they had this wind because the glass was broken, which made it pull us closer to the hole. So we needed to make sure we keep jumping so we wouldn't get stuck. And instead of going up, we now needed to go down. Now that we knew what we were doing. Oh, and I did not jump when I needed to, so the wind pulled me through. So we needed to walk on top of these glowing pipes. It was not too bad. They're really skinny, so I wanted to take my time to make sure I made it across instead of dying. Which wasn't too bad. But this part was very tricky. You needed to time it perfectly. And I did not time it. I thought I could just run all the way across, but my game was glitching, and I was worried I was going to die. So we are pretty much almost finished with this obby. We just need to go through that portal to take us to the next section. And it didn't load in right away, so I thought that something was happening or it was going to be very tricky. But regardless, it was still very tricky. I couldn't get past this one part. It took me a couple of tries before I was able to get past it. But you can definitely say I was getting angry. So the death count is now up to 7. At this point, I noticed that there was another section to try to go through, and so I did, and I finally made it through. This section is also another one that I need to time, and I didn't, I just went for it. And I died because I didn't bleed. But what makes it tricky is that sometimes the game glitches and you can't really tell when it's going to roll. So at this section you are able to fall into the water and not die. But I managed to try and stay on these little icicle things. And I did make it to the end. And now we're up to a maze. And I am not good with mazes. Not at all. I would totally get lost. And I did here until I had to get my friends to help me get through. As you can see, this was a dead end here. And around this corner, I thought like I was getting somewhere, but no, it was another dead end. So I needed to backtrack. But I did manage to find my way out. And it was nice enough that one of my friends decided to come back to make sure I was going the right way. So another obstacle where the wind was pushing us, and make sure that we didn't hit those icicles that were hanging out of the wall. And this is, I believe, the last obstacle we needed to do. I was worried because I thought we would fall right through the holes, but they weren't like big enough to fall through. And that is the end. I'm just now going to collect my badge. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you loved it. If so, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to continue watching any other future videos that come out, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. It is totally optional, but I will see you guys again next Wednesday at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Zone. Bye!